Today on Birth of Truth, we're progressing on the chapter of the scripture for the week, which is Job, where we study the story of Job. Today we'll be moving to Job 23, but because it's a long read, so I'll just be doing a summary while I put emphasis on some verses in it. Job 23 presents the tensions that confront the suffering believer. As a believer, we know God is the sovereign Lord who does what he wants to do and fulfill what he has planned. But somehow when the issue of suffering surfaces, sometimes it's very, very difficult to discern the purpose of it as a believer. Also, as a believer, we know that God is just. But how that justice seems mysterious sometimes as a believer. Also, as believer, we know that God hears woman's prayer, but the constancy of unanswered prayers and inability to get through to God stand in apparent contradiction to some of these truths. As a believer, we know God is self-revealing. God is light. God delights to make himself known. But sometimes ongoing silence of God throughout some period of suffering can push a believer into a silent darkness. But regardless of all these beliefs, regardless of all this reality, in the midst of all the confusion, even for Job, it expresses two other truths that reveal this tension. First, God knows. There's nothing happening to any believer or any child of God that God does not know about it. Even if it come as a form of accusation or condemnation from people that will say we love, God knows the integrity of our faith. And that integrity will be vindicated because God knows our love for him. God knows that we have faith in him. That will be a source of vindication in that situation. Second truth is, true faith is not silent. Even when it looks as everywhere is quiet, I've been praying to God on this particular thing. When we have faith, we can never be silent. God understands the fact that sometimes our faith can be so small and just and minute and look so insignificant. But no matter how it is, even in the expression of fear, in the expression of confusion, true faith knows that it is okay to cry. And that is the ultimate confidence that God wants us to have in him. As you go out today, go in this your might. Express your faith, even in that situation. No matter how small your faith is, even if it's as small as a mustard seed, remember, it can move mountain. If a faith that is as small as mustard seed can move mountain, just imagine a faith as big as a mountain. What can it not move? As you go out today, God knows the integrity of your heart. God knows the situation that you are in. And God knows that what you just need is to just express that minute faith. That faith that looks like it's nothing. Just put it to action and see how God will work it out. Will turn things around for good and move that mountain and turn that mountain to plain and make that mountain plain even right before you. Have a wonderful day.